Yes, okay, Ram. Describe your personality and why you are interested for assistant commandant job in CAPF.
Sir, my name is Ram. I'm from Delhi. I've done my bachelor's in law from Campus Law Center, University of Delhi, and bachelor's in arts from Shahid Bhagat Singh College, University of Delhi. Apart from that, I am a national level medalist in Wushu. And sir, I wanted to be an assistant commandant because I believe that national security and law enforcement are the backbone for any country, and to work for them is an immense level of satisfaction. Apart from that, I believe that the kind of physical training I have been into past many years, I can best utilize it by joining the security forces. Also, I believe that uniform service teaches us a lot of values like discipline, brotherhood, selfless service, and so lastly, there is also a very good financial stability with them.
Good. How your degree of LLB will be asset to the uniform services?
So, law is an important aspect for any kind of public service, and since the work of CAPF is predominantly law enforcement, so I can use my knowledge of law in a variety of areas. Like there are important legislations like AFSPA, UAPA, NIA, so I can help them in implementing them better, interpreting them better. Also, there are provisions of the IPC and CRPC which are regularly used by the CAPF, so I'll be helpful in that as well.
Moreover, you can join the law department of the security forces because they do take law officers once you become deputy commanders.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So our next question is, you must be knowing Schedule 5 and Schedule 6,
Yes, sir.
which is connected to the UCC. Can you tell us something about that?
Schedule 5 of our Indian Constitution talks about the scheduled areas in specifically 10 states where the tribal population is there. And Schedule 6 specifically talks about 4 states: Assam, Tripura, Meghalaya, and Mizoram. In these states, there is the autonomous district councils, and in the fifth scheduled state, there is the tribal advisory council. And these councils are specifically there so as to protect the interests of the tribal communities that are living in this area. And coming to UCC, or the Uniform Civil Code, which is there in Article 44 of the Indian Constitution, it says that the states shall endeavor to have a uniform civil code throughout the territory of India. So recently, our Honorable Prime Minister also, in one of his address, talks about the use of Uniform Civil Code in India, and the Law Commission also talked about that. So there are some grievances from the tribal section that if a UCC come in India, then what will happen to their tribal laws, as they are very different from the laws that are predominant in the other parts of the country.
Okay, good. There is one state in the country which is not governed by Schedule 5 and Schedule 6. What is the name of that state and how it is being governed?
Goa,
It is
there we have the.
Arunachal Pradesh.
Okay, sir. I'm so sorry.
There is inner line permit system there. What is inner line permit?
So basically, the inner line permit was introduced by the Britishers by the Bengal Frontier Regulation Act. It was there so as to prevent the entry of the outsiders in the tribal areas. And right now, also, it is being implemented. It gives a permit to the people who are non-native in such areas so that they can enter in that area for a specific period of time as per the permit.
Okay, good. Recently, one of the governor, Mr. Ravi, who is from Tamil Nadu, he has sacked one of the ministers. So, is it correct or is it incorrect as per the constitution?
Sir, if we see as per the constitution, the governor is only the constitutional head of the state. There are certain specific features which he can perform as per his discretion. But when we specifically talk about appointing a minister and removing a minister, that can be only done only on the aid and advice of the chief minister of the state, and this cannot be done independently. Also, in the Nabo Arabia versus the deputy speaker case, the Honorable Supreme Court explicitly mentions that wherever the constitution requires the discretion of the governor, it is the discretion of the council of ministers who is headed by the chief minister, and it cannot be a sole discretion of the governor only.
Okay. There are five contingencies when an MLA or minister can be disqualified. What are those five contingencies?
Third, first of all, it is in the case of an anti-defection law case that is in the 10th schedule, that can be done by the speaker. The second case, can be when a MP or MLA can be disqualified because he is in the violation of the certain provisions that are mentioned in the Representation of the People Act. Like he has been given a punishment of more than 2 years, he has been guilty of some corruption cases or some kind of grave offenses. Also, MP or MLA can be dismissed or disqualified if he is not attending the house in which he is member for more than 60 years. Also, if he has been undischarged insolvent or a person of unsound mind, in such cases also he can be disqualified. And
Good.
lastly, if he gives up the citizenship of India, he can be disqualified.
Okay. So recently, one of the case happened where our Rahul Gandhi was disqualified. What is that case?
So basically, there was a case in the Gujarat, in a district court in Gujarat, which was filed because there were allegations that the sitting MP, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, gave a defamation statement as per, and it is an offence as per the IPC. So it was decided by the honorable court there and then, and which awarded him a sentence of 2 years. So as per the Representation of People Act, if an sitting MP or MLA gets such imprisonment, he shall be disqualified with an immediate effect.
Okay, good. ITBP is your first choice. Why
Yes,
you have selected ITBP as your first choice?
First of all, I love mountains. I love hilly terrain and winter kind of climate. Also, I believe that ITBP is a very physically challenging and physically demanding force, and I wanted to serve in such kind of force. Apart from that, sir, ITBP also gives us various opportunities of various mountainous expeditions, which I would love to be a part of if given the opportunity. And also, there is ample scope of public interaction in the ITBP. For example, it is engaged in organizing the Tirth Yatra that goes on in the region and in various civic communities as well.
Okay. ITBP generally conducts the Kailash Yatra, which
Yes,
is one
yes,
of the toughest yatra known as. So recently
yes,
there was a news that in Char Dham Yatra almost we lost 200 people because of the heart attacks or various other problems.
yes,
So
yes.
do you think that we need to monitor this Char Dham Yatra also as we are monitoring Kailash Yatra?
Yes, sir, we can definitely monitor this Char Dham Yatra as well, as it is a very important yatra for the for people of Hindu communities, and even our ITBP is specifically trained to conduct such kind of yatras in the high altitude areas, and they are trained for any kind of disaster relief, any kind of medical emergency. So I believe that if they are given the charge of it, they can perform that function even well, as they are doing in the Kailash Mansarovar Yatra.
Okay, okay. What essential steps should be introduced so that people don't suffer heart attack at the end of their yatra? What is the important step do you think that should be tested before sending them to the very high altitude areas?
So first of all, there is a general tendency among the people that they start the yatra as soon as they reach the area or in the next day. So the first step should be they should take 3 4 days to acclimatize to that area. They should take ample time because in the high altitude, as we go up, the oxygen level decreases, and if we are not acclimatized to it, then we definitely suffer such kind of cases. So the first thing is we must acclimatize our pilgrims. 3 4 days we must organize the camp so that they can easily acclimatize to it. So the second thing is we must tell all the tourists during these 3 4 days about certain basic medical first aids which we can give. Like if someone gets heart attack or someone gets any kind of problem, so what some basic medical first aid which we can give. We can even give them some kind of medicines or such things for the same. Also, we can establish a check post at every few meters, every few hundred meters, where a doctor is always available and he can conduct any kind of first aid or emergency service which he has to give in such areas. Also, we can take steps for the emergency evacuation as well.
Okay, good. So main is that it should be monitored by the doctors of ITBP or by the civil doctors. Those who are fittest in their health, they should be allowed to move ahead. Otherwise, they should go for the acclimatization till the
Yes,
period they become fit.
yes.
But that will involve more expenditure on the part of yatris, and they may not have that kind of facilities to stay put there. So then, what is the solution?
Well, we can do one thing. The government can come into the picture and organize the camps there at a discounted rate. So I believe that it is better to spend some money sitting, acclimatizing there than to cause a loss of life, because life is very precious. We can spend some resources over it, but we should also tell our tourists about the same. Let's see, life is precious. If you get any such diseases, then it will cost you a lot of money. So spend some money here, acclimatize, then go on the yatra. It will be useful for you as well.
Okay, good. Recently, we have entered into some kind of agreements with the United States when our Prime Minister was there. So, what all agreements we have made with the US? And now US is going to be our friend. We have started walking in that direction that US will become our friend. So, what
So
are the agreements?
recently, our Honorable Prime Minister was on the state visit to the United States. There were multiple agreements that were being signed, but the few most important and most reported agreements, the first one was about the deal for the MQ-9B drones, 31 drones which India will procure from the General Atomics of United States. It's a company. The second agreement was with the General Electric and the HAL, the Hindustan Aeronautic Limited of India. They will make the F414 engine in India, and they will be a 80% of technology transfer. And these engines will be used in the Tejas Mark II, which is a light combat aircraft. Apart from that, sir, India also agreed to join the Mineral Strategic Partnership. And recently, we also released a list of 30 critical minerals, which are very important to us. So, considering them, the kind of rush which have been there for critical minerals, it will be a great step in the direction. Also, sir, there are other important agreements like the ICET, the Initiative of Critical and Emerging Technology, which deals in important technologies like blockchain, artificial intelligence, quantum computing, biotechnology, and space sector as well. Also, sir, there are agreements on the use of green hydrogen, and the Indus X initiative also was there, which was on defense involvement of both the nations.
Good. Recently, now, yesterday only, Pakistan is supposed to get 3 million aid from the IMF. So,
Yes, sir.
what were the conditions that the Pakistan had to go for getting IMF from financial aid from this IMF? What were the conditions like in Pakistan?
So in Pakistan, the conditions are pretty bad. The inflation is at an all-time high level. People are struggling to get their essential needs, and there is a kind of civil unrest that is going on. At the same time, the political unrest is also unraveling. The political parties are fighting there, and military is again gaining ground in Pakistan, as it has done many times in the previous in its history. So the conditions are quite chaotic. Even there are some newspaper reports which say that a civil unrest, that's the term they use, a civil unrest is going on in Pakistan because of all this condition.
Okay. So, how much aid is getting Pakistan from IMF?
So it is, I don't know the exact figure, but it is around 3 billion US
3
dollars.
billion, correct. 3 billion. 3 billion is the amount which Pakistan will get. Okay. What do you mean by non-state actors? Non-state actors.
Sir, non-state actors are those actors which are other than the state. When I say this, it means that they may be indirectly funded by the state. These includes the terrorist group, the extremist organizations. They may function either by indirectly funding from the state, or they may generate their own revenue as well. And they try to function in an independent way and tend to perform their desired functions. Like for example, this terrorist group, they have their own vested interest, so these are the non-state actors in our case.
Okay. Whenever we have encounters with the Pakistan, they don't claim their dead bodies. They state that they were non-state actors. They were not having any kind of passport or any kind of visa. They are not our men. They don't even claim their dead bodies. And they keep on lying with us, and ultimately, as per the procedure of the government, we have to bury them or burn them. So, my question is why Pakistan applies this kind of attitude?
So basically, these terrorists, these militants, which Pakistan sends in India for their terrorist activities, This is something which they cannot claim openly, as it will cause a lot of international damage to them. This will even there are chances that their aid, which they are getting internationally, this might get stopped. So just to protect their own vested interest, just to be show them that they are also the victim of terrorism, they tend to do such kind of activity. They tend to give such kind of statements so that they can put the mask of victim on their face all the time, and in the back door they can do all such nefarious activities.
Okay. You are assistant commandant on the eastern borders of border security force, and one fine night you are moving with your patrol parties, and you are searching for the some consignment. Maybe there is smuggling of gold, maybe smuggling of mandrax, yaba tablets, maybe smuggling of other items. So a whole night you carry out the search operation, but you didn't find. In the morning about 7 o'clock, when you reach at a particular site, that this may be the hut or place where the consignment may be, your troops are surrounded by large number of women, local population, and they don't allow to conduct you search operation. How will you go about it?
So in the first place, I will inform my senior about the same, and I will ask for some women officers and women personals as much as they can send to manage the situation. At the same time, I will inform the local police as well, and I will try to get as many women forces as I can get. In the meantime, after doing this, I will try to engage with the women. I will try to identify is the crowd altogether coming, or are they being led by some kind of leader. So if there is a leader, I will try to corner that leader. I will try to talk to him, or if there is no leader, I will try to address the crowd altogether. I will try to tell them that whatever they are doing in contrary to law. We are security forces, and this is our right and this is our duty to conduct such kind of search operation. And in the meantime, I will keep on waiting so that I can buy some time so the women officers can arrive and they can help us in dispersing the crowd so that we can conduct our search operation.
Okay, you communicated to your commandant, you communicated to other company commanders. They have dispatched the woman available with them, but it will take 1 hour to reach. And the police did not respond because the police in Bengal believes that it is the job of the BSF. We should not interfere with them. So police is not responding, your troops, women contingent is coming. Meanwhile, some of the women are marching towards your soldiers and they have tried to snatch the weapons from your soldiers. How will you stop them?
Sir, I will tell my soldiers to be very alert in the situation and to be on the defensive mode. In the meantime, I will search that do I have some kind of tear gas or some kind of smoke gun or something like that, which I can use just to disperse the crowd. But I will make sure that my soldiers don't attack the women. They must be on the defense position in that time period so that we can buy enough time. Like 1 hour will take for the women to reach on the situation. So I will just try to pass that 1 hour so that we can be on the defensive and women can come and deal with the situation.
You have got stun grenades which do not cause injuries, and you have got the chili grenades also, which can cause burning in the eyes for say duration of half an hour. And then you have got some of the grenades. If you explode them, they will be just splitting ink on the clothes of the woman. So these three things are available, which are non-lethal in nature. So would you like to explode them?
Sir, only I will. This will be my last option to use all these non-lethal weapons, and this will only be in the case if the women continue to attack my men, and a such kind of situation emerges that where security of my men is in danger, or the weapons which we are carrying they are in danger. In such a situation, I will try to use the non-lethal weapons given to me.
Okay. Okay, another strategy could be that, so say you are 15 in number, you start, three of your soldiers start engaging with the woman. They keep their weapon like this and they stop them. You don't move, don't move, don't move. And rest of the 12 of you can fall back. And they can fall back up to a distance of 100 yards. And then they can fire these explosives. Meanwhile, there will be some kind of Baghdad, and then these three troops can be part of your troops. They can come with you, and you can disengage from the women. Why did you not take the decision to start firing at the woman?
Sir, first of all, if I will order my soldiers to start firing on the women directly, it will cause immense harm at different levels. First of all, at the local level, the local population will turn against the armed forces. Not in particularly for the BSF, but in general, any of the armed forces. Whenever they see men in uniform, they'll suspect them that they are the murderers of our women. At the national and at the international level as well, there will be a lot of hue and cry. There will be allegations against our armed forces. There will be international debates about how the Indian armed forces are behaving, and this can hamper our international image as well. And given the kind of situation we are in, it is not an emergency situation. We can wait for some time. We are just on a patrol to get some contraband. So we can wait definitely in the situation, and firing is not desirable.
Good. This will involve basically human rights and women commissions also. They will come into picture, and the local politician will try to take advantage of the whole situation.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So this incident is over. You could manage it. You could get the consignment also. But in future, your troops are not caught in such a kind of trap. What kind of instructions will you pass to your troops? And how will you be prepared for this kind of action again?
Sir, first of all, I will instruct my troops that whenever we are going on such kind of search and seizure operations, we must keep a angle that such kind of things can happen again as well. So keep women personals, women party on standby, so that if we are trapped in such kind of situation, they can immediately reach to our situation. And if possible, if it is possible for us, we can even take some of the women officers with us as well on such kind of patrolling missions. Also, I will help teach them to develop some communication skills to use the local language so that they can communicate well with the local women to tell them. And also, we will carry more kind of non-lethal weapons with us so that if we are trapped, we can use the non-lethal ones. There is no need to use the harsher methods for the same.
Okay. So in order to maintain rapport with the local population and local leaders of that area, what kind of activities will you conduct?
So, in order to maintain such cordial relation with the locals, first of all, locals can be a very good asset for us. They can be our eyes and ears for the intelligence purpose as well. So, I will try that my company, we as a team should engage more with the local. We should connect with them. We should help them in their civic activities as well, as much as we can do to help them, either it be in their education or their health in whatever way we can contact the district administrator as well, the district magistrate, the SP of the area, the local leader of the area, so that we can mix up with them in such a way that they should start trusting us and they can easily help us in any of such further kind of operations if we conduct.
Okay, good. Have you got some kind of contingency plan if you are not making the mark in the merit? Do you have got some contingency plan for your career?
Sir, although I am hopeful that this time I will definitely make it to the list. But unfortunately, if I could not do so, I will keep on preparing. I will keep on trying. My single purpose is to be in the security forces,
Good.
and I believe that I will do that.
Okay, you will make the mark. Don't worry. So thank you. We are stopping the intro here and then we'll
Thank you so much,
talk.
sir.